All right, let's do example 26b. If the seventh term, okay, I want to sort out my colors properly. I'm going to go gray right now. If the seventh term of an arithmetic series is 16, okay, what I want to do is I'm going to start with the word arithmetic. So for arithmetic, I have a few formula. I have my TN formula, which is A plus bracket n minus 1 times D. And I have a SN formula. I don't know, do you remember the SN formula? It's n over 2, open bracket, 2a plus n minus 1 times D. Those are my arithmetic formula. Okay, so those are the two that's possible to use in the simultaneous equation based on the question. Next thing they're telling me is term 7 equals 16. So I can put that down. Term 7 equals 16. Then they're telling me the sum of the first 10 terms equals 115. So S10, sum of the 10 terms equals 115. What are they asking? All of this information in gray is given. Now I want to see what is being asked. The asked information is, what is term 1, which is A, is in question. And they're asking me, what is D, the constant difference. So what I've done in gray is I've written down my formula or my equations, and then I've written down my terms or the information given to me. Term 7 is 16, and the sum of 10 terms equals 115. Now, because I wrote everything down, this is so much easier to connect, because now I know that this is a term question and I can use the TN formula, and this is a sum statement and I can use the sum formula. So let's go ahead and do this. In order for me to answer these, I need A and D, right? So here there's an A. We know that we always want to fill in our blanks. And then over here we have a D, which they are asking for, D and D. All three of these A's and all three of these D's are the exact same number. It does not change. Here we have an N, and there 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 we have an N. N varies according to whatever number of terms we're dealing with, which can change. So let's start. Remember, simultaneous equations, we're dealing with two equations. So let's write equation A. Equation A can be the Tn. Okay, so let's say term 7 is equal to A plus n is 7, because that's my 7 there. 7 minus 1 times D. And that means that term 7, and this one is equal to 16, right? So I'm going to leave the left, because I don't like two equal signs in one line, okay? So I'm going to say, okay, A plus 7 minus 1 is 6. 6D equals 16. Are you happy with that? And then we are going to name this. This is equation A. Let's do equation B, and we can do that one in black. So for B, now remember that this term 7-1 that we did here, we actually got from the yellow, right? So that's the yellow one. So let's do the blue ones. So we're going to say, okay, the sum of 10 terms is equal to, now that 10 is our n, right? So it's 10 over 2, open square bracket, 2 times A plus n minus 1. N is 10, and we say 10 minus 1 multiplied by D, because we don't know what D is yet. Now we're going to simplify that, and this whole one is equal to 115. So far so good. So this means 10 divided by 2 is 5, square bracket, 2A plus 9D is equal to 115. I want you to, let's choose yellow, I guess, distribute into the bracket, and you're going to say 5 times 2 is 10a plus 5 times 9 is 45d, and that equals 115. Okay, so now we have two formulas. This one here is going to be formula B. Formula A, formula B. When it is arithmetic, what you want to do is you want to subtract one from the other. So you're either going to go A minus B, or you can go B minus A. And how do you decide? It's always a good idea to put the big numbers on the top, right? So what you want to do is get rid of the A. Over here, let's go light blue. Yeah, I've got 1A. Yeah, I've got 10A. So it's easier to take that 1A and make it 10A. So to make it 10A, let's go ahead and say multiply everything here times 10. Okay, so what will happen, because we want 10A, that's the goal, we want 10A, 10 small a. So 10 big A is going to be 10 small a plus 6 times 10 is 60 d, which equals to 160. Okay, so now we have A, we have 10A, this one, and we have B. Let's subtract. Which one's bigger? Which one's smaller? Okay, 10A is bigger. So we're going to say 10A minus B. Let's do that. 10A is going to be 10A plus 60D equals 160. 1B, or B, is 10A plus 45D equals 115. So check that. Now I want to subtract. In order to subtract, this subtract means you distribute. It's basically this times minus 1. So you distribute the minus in, it becomes minus. Distribute it in, it becomes minus. And distribute it in, it becomes minus. And on the outside, it becomes plus because it's in the equation now. So change the sign for everything with your minus signs. Please use a different color so that you remember what you are doing. Now let's add everything up. 10 minus 10 is 0. That's exactly what we want. 60 minus 45. 60 minus 40 is 20. 20 minus 5 is 15. D, and that equals 160 minus 110 is going to give you 50. Minus 5 is 45. Okay, so far so good. Now what? Now we want to solve for D, so we're going to divide by, that's multiplication, the whole thing divided by 15. So D is equal to 3. Have you answered the question? The question is asking me what is A, what is D? D is equal to 3. And what is A? We said that A, we haven't solved for A yet because we've only worked with D in simultaneous equations. So how do we solve for A? You're going to substitute D into either A or B. You choose one. So we can use whatever you want to use. Let's use A. So now we're going to say, okay, substitute D equals 3 into equation A, or 10A or B, whatever of the three you want. So A is A plus 6D equals 16. And if we substitute, we have A plus 6 times 3, because D is 3, is equal to 16. Multiply it out. A plus 18 equals 16. Now I want to get rid of this plus 18. The opposite is minus 18 on both sides. A is equal to 16 minus 18. That gives me negative 2. Back to my starting point. A is negative 2. Have you answered the question? Yes, you have.